After years of waiting, Apple just released what amounts to what a lot of people feel like is a mini update for the iPad mini. I'm looking at the comments from yesterday's video, and as I'm waiting for my review unit to show up, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of go through what has people frustrated, unimpressed, almost downright angry, and kind of hone in on whether or not it's justified. Real quick though, if you want to plan for a world where AI is enhancing some jobs, killing many current jobs, and creating a world of new opportunities, this is the very last week where you can get my new AI and I bundle, which will help you deal with all that sorted out for 78% off. Right now is definitely the best time to put together your AI disruption blueprint and to discover and deploy your hidden creativity. $450 worth of educational content for $99 using the link down below. Now, we're gonna get to all the reasons why people are frustrated with the new minis very shortly. But first, I just want to point out, devil's advocate, that there are some people who seem to be very happy with what the iPad mini is and not what they wish it would be. Exhibit A, we've got someone who says, why all the hand wringing over upgrading to the Mini 7? I pulled the trigger immediately. I bought the 256K, which cost $600, got a 230 trade-in for my 64K iPad, the Mini 6, for an out-of-pocket of $370. For me, that's a bargain. Faster processor, 4 times the memory, improved Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, etc., and a new device. Similarly, someone else's comment was, handy, order done. Because literally, this is the one-handed iPad. Here's someone else who's excited to be upgrading from a Mini 4. Obviously, your upgrade time frame is going to be an important factor for how excited you feel about the new Mini. And then lastly, I just want to point out, here's somebody who's excited because they feel like it's the best reader on the market. When they compare it to something like a Kindle, it feels like a no-brainer to them. So there's a bit of a sampling of what has some people feeling excited about the new Mini, but what has people feeling disappointed? I gotta say, I might be somewhat to blame for some of this, especially for the comments on this channel, because I've been pushing and pumping up this idea of an iPad Mini Pro for several years now. And so I think a lot of people are out there that are like me and they're envisioning what this device at this size could look like. This person, I think, sums up what a lot of people are feeling. They were hoping for an OLED screen, they wanted Pro Motion, they wanted Face ID, thinner bezels, and a better chip. If we're just being honest, those features would make for a seriously drool-worthy device. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that would be insane, but it would also cost a lot more too. But from what I'm seeing, it feels like a lot of people would be willing to pay for it. I think it's also fair to point out that there really weren't any credible rumors that said any of these features were going to come to this Mini. But then again, what's wrong with doing a little dreaming? I mean, I would love a Mini Pro along with many other people. I'm not gonna put this comment up, but somebody commented, the iPad Pro is way better. And somebody's response was, oh cool, I didn't know the iPad Pro was 8 inches, which obviously is tongue in cheek, it's not. But that's kind of the whole point. Like, the Mini is what it is because of its size more than any of the other components that go inside. Now, I saw a lot of disappointment out there where people felt like Apple didn't add anything significant. And I absolutely understand that feeling. I mean, they didn't even come up with different wallpaper for this, right? I will point out that this might be the cheapest way at the moment for somebody to get in on the Apple Intelligence front. And in fact, that's exactly how Apple seems to be promoting this, right? But if you're getting comments like this where people are saying they feel like Apple Intelligence is very mid right now, well, I think that says a lot about how people are perceiving the value of Apple Intelligence and whether or not that's enough for people to feel like they really need to upgrade at the moment. Another quite different way people seem to be upset here is that they're bummed that the 2nd gen Apple Pencil isn't supported. Like, here's somebody and they held on to their Pencil because they wanted to save a little bit of money when they got the new one. And I can completely understand the frustration here because it's like, this is positioned as a more budget-friendly iPad, and a lot of people do want to save some dough here. So it is kind of a funny pairing when Apple's like, well, here, you can use the Pro Apple Pencil for this cheap device. It doesn't have OLED, but it does have the highest, best, flagship pencil. Then other people are just finding the iPad lineup as a whole confusing. And there seems to be a strong desire from people to have some streamlining. You got the Pro, you got the Air, you got the regular iPad, and you got the iPad Mini. I actually think a lot of people could get on board with something like that, but that is going to affect the pricing. And so right now, Apple does have some cheaper price points that, I mean, it's hard for everyone to understand, like, not everybody is going to be operating from the same budget. Some people want the very tip top end, and some people are like, I just need something that works, that's within my budget, right? And so obviously you're going to have different conspiracy theories where like, well, Apple's just milking everybody for money and kind of overseeing a slow decline of a once great empire. And other people are like, well, no, Apple's making some options at different price points that work for different people. At the end of the day, if you're somebody who could just be happy with this as a digital notebook, you're happy about the size, you're happy about the pricing, then I think you're gonna get a ton of enjoyment out of this, regardless of if there are other people who are saying this isn't meeting their expectations. I actually fully expect for Apple to sell a ton of these because I do think that even as it is right now, it fills in a gap in the market that a lot of people are willing to pay for. Now, that said, I think that Apple shot themselves in the foot a little bit when they released the last iPad mini because it set expectations sky high. We had this brand new design. It felt very different and new. And then it just kind of turned into an iPad mini 6S, right? After a long several year wait. Given all the negativity, I'm actually excited to get my hands on my review unit and see how I can slot it into my work and personal life. So if you're interested in this device, get subscribed so I can talk about what I'm doing with it, how I'm putting it to use. Don't forget to check out the courses. That bundle offer is going away very soon, so now's the time to get in on it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.